Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. And boxing, find a way to win or find a way to lose. How y'all doing today? Hope you had a good weekend. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, consider donating. Let's talk boxing. I spelled the boy's name wrong, didn't I? I'm not going to edit it. Let me show you what we do. I got to correct it. I put Edgar. Took it to the stupid on that one, didn't I? Let me correct that real quick. Show you just how fast we can make the correction. Because I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with taking it to the stupid. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that right now. And let me see. If I jump back on here, did it correct? Boom! Just like that. Okay, look. Edgar Berlanga, man. Now, I think Edgar Berlanga is the most delusional boxer today. Now, listen. I like Edgar Berlanga. He has talent. He has amateur pedigree. But what he doesn't have is a good grasp on reality. Him leaving Top Rank, I think that's good when these guys want to be independent. You know what I'm saying? Great. Go out there, take control of your career, make the decisions that you want. You can live with that. But at the same time, let's not take it to the stupid. He wants to be moved at a faster pace than what Bob Arum wanted him to be moved at. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Edgar Berlanga, 20-0, right? His first 14, 15 fights. I truly believe Bob Arum was, right on the verge of trying to call for a Canelo and Edgar Berlanga fight because of how Berlanga was looking, blasting people out. I have no doubt, because I watched the interviews with Bob Arum. He didn't say, oh, this kid isn't ready for the next level. No, he's like, I don't know who's going to beat him. This guy is special. Who can get out the first round? Then he got the wake-up call, didn't he? Actually, a couple of those fights, I'd say he lost. But when he got knocked down, people saw like, yo, he can be hurt. When we saw that this man going the distance, when we saw that this man had to change trainers, we saw that him being a boxer, he's not the best boxer. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be real. Yeah, when you end the fight, sometimes the fighter will do little things, a little bit dirty and stuff like that. But, it's boxing. It's not a tickling contest. You don't come in there complaining. Edgar Berlanga, bite somebody. Those are all signs, right? That's frustration. Because things aren't going your way because you got accustomed to getting people out of there. But now you can't do it. So you're frustrated because Bob Arum wants to protect his investment, wants to make sure he does the right thing for you. This is one case, right, where I'm going to tell you, I think the promoter's right. I honestly think the promoter's right. Edgar Berlanga, I put it to you this way, right? He thinks that he should be moved faster. I tell you what. Demetrius Andre, 160 pounder. He just came up to 168. I'm going to ask you guys, because Demetrius Andre, in my opinion, he just didn't look like he could put a dent in the boxers at 168. But you tell me, you think Edgar Berlanga could beat Demetrius Andre? Because Edgar Berlanga feels he's ready for those kind of fights. Now, we're talking about Demetrius Andre. Now, you tell me you think he's ready for Benavidez? Puerto Rico, Mexico? You think he's ready for Canelo? Of course not. You think he's ready for Caleb Plant? Of course not. You think he's ready for Ryder? Of course not. Morrell? Hell no. Mbili? Anthony Durrell? Is that the one that just lost to Caleb Plant? You telling me Berlanga will beat Anthony Durrell? Come on, man. We gotta be honest with what we're talking about here. So for him, I don't know what his next move is gonna be. But I would like to see him. Everyone's talking to him right now. Eddie Hearn wants him. But Eddie Hearn has to have a plan. Eddie Hearn's not just going to throw money at fighters anymore. Eddie Hearn is in, I don't think he's in the best position with the zone and with the way he managed the money, and just wasn't able to crack the U.S. market and all the debt they have over there because, boxing contributed to some of it, but a lot of it has to do with soccer, and they just made some bad choices. Not that whole $6 billion in debt isn't from Eddie Hearn, but I'm sure my understanding is a couple billion of that as a result of things just not working out based on Eddie Hearn's decisions. But when we look at what's the best fit for Edgar Berlanga going forward, because he thinks he's already there, maybe Eddie Hearn can help him and get him in a couple of fights, and maybe with Zach Parker, you got Mark Heffron, you got some other fighters, man, that maybe Eddie Hearn can have some influence over, and maybe get him some experience. But I'm not sure if that's a good fit. You got Oscar De La Hoya interested in him. I'm going to say this right here. PBC may be interested in him. But this is the thing. When these guys are talking about Edgar Berlanga, like this is what worries me about Edgar Berlanga signing with these different companies, right? Promotional outfits. They're talking about Puerto Rico, Mexico. Like they're thinking about him and Canelo. No one's thinking about what Bob Arum has been concerned with. His development. Him being delusional. Thinking that he's ready to go in there and fight Canelo. Like, my man, you should think very highly of yourself. Right? They got self-esteem. They got self-efficacy. When it comes to yourself, you should be feeling pretty damn good. But at the same time, you got to be realistic. Right? It's like me. Man, I'm not 160 pounds anymore. But, I still feel like I got the fastest hands in the world. I still feel like I can knock anybody out. That's in boxing. Basketball, same thing. I'm still out here, man, trying to anchor, cross step, and do all this shit. Playing with my sons outside. My son's 13, man. Let me tell you, I still got a little bit in me, but it ain't the damn same. But I still pull up from damn 15 feet behind the three-point line, like his ass learned today. But what I'm getting at is, for this guy, Berlanga, let me tell you something. He's not ready. He's not ready for those guys. It doesn't matter what you think. You got to be real with yourself. Just like I had to be real with myself. I'm out there hitting the heavy bag the other day, man. Let me tell you. I've had surgery on my shoulder, my right shoulder, rotator cuff, left shoulder, rotator cuff. I had the bicep tendon reattached on the right side. So when I'm out there hitting the heavy bag, let me tell you, I feel that. I can't just sit there and throw hard right hooks. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. I gotta go about 50%. The speed, you can go all out, but like when I'm hitting the back, I gotta be very careful. Because when I hit it, I just feel like something's tearing. I probably need to go in for another surgery. But what I'm saying is, I know that, okay, I gotta start off very slowly and work myself back up. I gotta get some weight off me. If I'm really gonna come out here and try to do the things that I used to be able to do when I was younger, right? At the point that where I'm at now, it's going to take time, and I have to be very real with myself and to make sure I don't go out there and get hurt. Same thing with this guy Berlanga. He's got to be real with himself. My man, you get knocked down for a reason. You can't just walk in and your face be your defense. Like that's just not how this works. Like that's his defense, is his face. He's going to get hurt. So I'm concerned about these promoters because they're all looking at trying to cash him out. No one's really thinking about developing him. And he's sitting here thinking, because you got all these yes men around him, pumping his head up, thinking that he's a damn superstar. You know what, man? He's not a superstar. He's not. Puerto Rico, of course, Puerto Ricans get behind anybody from Puerto Rico, and that's why I love Puerto Ricans, man. They're going to represent for the Puerto Rican fighters. But for him, I'm sure someone in his family, friends, someone he will listen to, I'm sure someone has to tell him, look, let's just kind of get back to the basics, see what we're doing wrong. I think he's still being trained by Rozier, right? Sometimes this happens with fighters. It doesn't mean his potential isn't to be one of the best, but right now he's kind of in a lull right now. You know, like when your computer kind of there, like it's thinking, you got that little thing that comes on the screen where it's spinning because it's processing, taking a moment to sort things out. That's where he's at right now in his career, taking some time to sort things out. Like he's just not ready to execute the transaction. Got to sit there, process things. That's what he needs to be doing. Getting away from the guy who really has your best interests in mind, that's not the answer. Now, I don't know this, but if they start peeling the layers back, maybe there was some issue about the money he was making, you know, the first 15 fights and 16, 17, 18 fight, and maybe the money that he was going to be making going forward. Maybe that was it. Like, hey, we got to kind of scale back the opposition, make sure you're getting some more experience. You know, you get your work on your defense. You got this new trainer. No, he does have a new trainer. He's not with Rozier anymore. You got this trainer. He didn't look that great with that trainer. I didn't like anything about it because I didn't like the way he looked. I just don't think these trainers should take a lion and turn him into a pussycat. Like, let a lion be a lion. Lions are carnivores. Let them eat meat. Don't turn them into a vegetarian. No. A lion see another lion, let him go devour him. If the lion see a little labradoodle, whatever the hell that is, a little small thing come to the road, let him eat that too. It's all meat. Don't sit there now and tone him down and the lion see a nice gazelle come through and he just walk past it and start eating cabbage. Nah, man, let a lion be a lion. And that's what I think they're doing to him when they make him be more defense-oriented. They're vegetarians in the ring. Nah, man, go after the opponent. Be a lion. There's meat in there. Eat them. So I don't like it. And you see that happen with a lot of these fighters. Daniel Jacobs, man was a lion. Started eating cabbage. Got a new trainer. Became a vegetarian. Want to box and try to look cute. Look horrible. Not the same fighter. So that's what I'm getting at. But for him going forward, I'm going to be honest with you. At 168, what's he going to do? So let's just take a look at something, right? Let's look at something. Where he is right here. So by now, if you watch my videos, you know I like to go here and take a look at these rankings, right? So the WBO, IBF, WBC, and WBA, okay? We know Canelo's the man at 168. Canelo's trying to bring Bivol down. Bivol's not going to do it. But Eddie Hearn's trying to force for the WBO rider on Canelo. That more than likely is going to happen. And then you come on down under the WBO. Berlanga's ranked number 4. So if they're going to make a fight, if for Berlanga's next fight, if it's a WBO putting pressure on him, you know, can he beat Zach Parker? Can he beat Idegov? Can he beat Bazinian? You know, planting Benavidez a fight, he can't beat him. Demetrius Andre is ranked number 1 because he gave up his title to bubble up, try to challenge Canelo. But really, can Berlanga beat those guys? I say no. Come on over to the IBF. Edgar Berlanga, he's ranked number 4. Look who's above him. Plant, Shishkin, Skull. You got Idegov again. Hey, let me tell you. Berlanga going to find himself fighting one of these killers. And he's going to get a loss. He's going to get knocked out badly. Come on over to the WBC. Where's Edgar Berlanga over here? He's not ranked in the WBC. Oh, yeah, he is. He's down here at number 12. So, look, Anthony Durrell. That's a good fight for Berlanga. But do you guys really think he beats Anthony Durrell? See, that's all I'm saying. Then you come on over here to the WBA. Berlanga's right here at number 6. So, what I think Arum was doing, Arum realized Berlanga is moving up in the rankings. He's in a great space. One loss, and he'll probably be dropped from the rankings. Then he's got to fight his way back into it against basically like nobodies. So instead of jeopardizing his career, putting him in tough where he gets a loss and has to fight nobodies, let's have him maybe take a fight against a nobody right now where he still keeps his position across the sanctioning bodies and let him kind of work on some things. And then we kind of go into a fight with someone who can present a bit more, issues for him and struggles, things he has to kind of work through. But let's not just take him and throw him in there with Darrell, throw him in there with Andre, throw him in there with, the guys like Daniel Jacobs. Let me tell you something. I actually think Bob Arum was correct. But for this guy, Edgar Berlanga, he went on there and he said, look, I'm a star already. I don't like that mentality. I think you should think that you're great. There's more work to do, but he got caught up in the whole thing with celebrities knowing who he is. And, in Puerto Rico, you go to Puerto Rico, man, they're going to shower him with a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just on the corner getting pinchons, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere he goes, they're going to sit there and shower him with a lot of love, a lot of respect. And I think that's getting to him. Look, let's be real. He's not Miguel Cotto. He's nowhere. He's nothing like Miguel Cotto. He's not no damn Felix Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? In his head, he thinks he's the next coming of those guys. He's not. He's not even Jose Cotto. Matter of fact, Jose Cotto would beat Edgar Berlanga. And I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. What I'm saying is Bob Arum was right. He's not ready to step up in competition. He has work to do. And I'm telling you, the fact that he comes forward with his face, that is a problem. We'll see what he does next. But if he steps up in competition, he gets knocked out. Because he's in between trainers. He's trying to figure out this trainer's new style. And they turn him from a carnivore into a vegetarian. And I don't like it. But I do think there's an upside on him. I just think, like Bob Arum said, let's not move you so fast. Let's just keep getting your experience, getting comfortable with your new style. We know there's some power there. But there's obviously some deficiencies. And we need to perfect those if we're going to throw you in there with the Darrell, with the Jacobs, Plant, Benavidez, Andre. You definitely don't want to throw him in there with no damn Canelo just because it could probably sell. That may sell that damn 1.5 million pay-per-views, but he's got to improve. And even Canelo will say that. He's not ready. Canelo's real. That's one thing about Canelo. He's real. He'll tell you he's not ready. He needs maybe 6, 7 more fights. Because Canelo can see that he's getting hit too much. And if you know he comes in with Canelo, first of all, Berlanga's slow. And there's no way in the world he's going to hit Canelo. Bivol, and a lot of those shots he threw, he wasn't even hitting Canelo. Canelo's defense is out of this world. So Berlanga would just be, he would just be fooled. Canelo is the lion. Canelo sees meat. Canelo's a carnivore. He would eat him. But that being said, man, we'll see what happens with this guy Berlanga. I like him. He's a young man. But I think if he goes and he gets destroyed, I think that'd be the end of his career. And I don't want to see that happen to him. I'm being honest with you. Too young, man. Don't rush it. Just work on your craft. It's okay to get 30 fights, 32 fights against, B-level fighters. It's okay. B-plus fighters. You here at 20 wins. You struggled in your last couple fights. You want to go straight to the A-level fighters? You're not A-level champ. That being said, man, more to come on this guy. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, in the breeze.